Hello, yes, this is Joe here for Joyrider TV. Karen, of course,
Hi.
Who's ready to give us a thorough stretching on this lovely Friday. What a day.
What a day.
What a day. I think it must be nice everywhere today, apart from if it's not, which is a great shame. This will be the last stretching session that we're going to do, but of course all of the previous sessions are going to be available forevermore on YouTube. So of course you can revisit those as you see fit. It's a very good idea. Welcome to everyone who's just joining us now. Nice to have you with us. I'll hand you over to teacher who's going to let us know what we're in for.
Okay, so I thought today we'd finish off with a nice top to toe stretch and work as much as I can without going into sun salutations and yoga stuff to try and really get more into the stretching. So you're going to perhaps need a belt, a rolled up towel to sit on. You might want for the neck exercises a smaller towel just rolled up. You don't necessarily need any of this, but it might come in useful if you want to. And that may be something to put your hands on for the lunges. That's always quite useful. And that's everything, I think. Are we good to start?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So today you're going to start on your back. So if you want to lie down on your back and have a belt nearby, I'm going to get you to work into your hip flexors a little bit to start with and just get a little bit of mobility through the hips, through the hamstrings and the glutes, so the buttock muscles. So if your head's really tilting back here, you can pop that towel underneath your head if you need to. Otherwise now we're just going to stretch that left leg away. You can do the left leg. Stretch the left leg away to the mat. And then just bring your right knee in towards your chest. So we're just going to work to soften off the front of the hip. So as you exhale, you can just gently draw that right knee in. As you inhale and the belly expands, you can let the knee go away. Exhaling, drawing the knee in, belly to spine. Inhaling, belly expands, we let the knee move away. And exhale. We're going to do this a couple of times more. If it's too much holding the knee, you can take it around the back of the thigh. And just keep the jaw soft, keep an awareness of just softening through the front of the hip. And then we're going to take it out to 45 degrees a few times. So you're going to inhale, take the leg away. Exhale, draw it over 45 degrees towards the outer chest. And then inhale, let it move away. And exhale, let it meet its edge. So we're just getting a little bit more into that inner hip. And you're just moving away on the inhale, exhale, drawing it to the outer chest a little. Just once more, inhale and exhale. Then bring this foot to your leg, your straight leg. Your bent leg foot comes onto the straight leg thigh. You're going to hold that knee with your left hand and bring the other arm out to the side. And from here, you're going to draw the knee over towards the floor on the left. It doesn't matter if it doesn't come to the floor. Try and keep that right shoulder back and just breathe through that side of the body. So from your fingertips, through your armpit, down the side body, perhaps you'll feel a bit around the glute, around the hamstring, towards the knee, into that little toe side of your foot. And you can just take a few breaths all through that outer edge of your body. And then inhaling, we draw that leg back up. Exhale, you can hold the knee and make some circles with the knee, like you're painting circles on the ceiling. And just notice that hip socket as you work round a few times one way and a few times the other way, just noticing how it feels as you do that. Good. You might find one way is a bit easier than the other. And then you can take the hands behind the thigh, you can interlock the hands and stretch your leg up from there. Or if you have a belt, now's the time that you can use your belt. So taking the belt around the ball of the foot, hold the belt lightly with your hands and just get that leg away to a place where you can straighten the leg. So it doesn't have to be really close in. And try and feel from your inner groin inner knee, inner heel, that extension up. Turn your toes back towards your shin and it just gets that calf a little more. So as you exhale, just see if you can bring the leg a little closer, even if it's just a millimeter. And as you inhale, just soften back from your edge. Exhale, draw the leg in to meet the edge. Inhale, take it away a little. And again, just a couple of times, just warming up the back of the leg, but we're not bouncing. We're just very much working with the breath. And then one more. And then let's just hold it at that edge and just feel the breath there. So if you can't get the leg straight, don't worry. But you do try and just perhaps drop the leg a little, see if you can extend at that place. And again, turn the toes of the foot back. So, oh yeah, it gets that calf a little bit, gets the plantar fascia a little bit. And then exhale, release, hug the knee in, and just soften that leg away. And just notice the right leg versus the left leg. Okay, and then we're going to do, so that leg to the mat. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So you draw in, hug the knee on the exhale, draw it in a little closer. As you inhale, the leg goes away a little. As you exhale, you hug it in. So it's coming towards the chest. Again, just a couple of times, inhaling and exhaling, just a bit of mobility through that hip. And then on the next exhale, let's take it out to 45 degrees towards the side of your chest a little. Inhale again, just let it come away. And exhale, draw it back to 45 degrees. So it's coming out and back. And we just breathe here. And that's going to get a little bit more into that inner groin on this side. Good. And then bring that foot to your straight leg thigh. Hold the leg with your right hand. Bring your left arm out to the side. And then you're going to pull that knee over towards your right. Try and keep the shoulders nice and heavy on the mat. You can look to your outstretched hand, but if your neck's aggravated, just look up. And breathe into this whole side body here. Again, just notice this side versus the other side. And we work with the exhale to try and just soften around any edges that are tight or sharp. And then inhale, coming back. We're going to bring other hand to the knee and make those circles again, just noticing how the hip feels on this side. A few times one way and a few times the other way. Good. And then we'll take our hands around the back of the leg and extend the leg away, or we use that belt again around the leg. So again, the hamstrings here, working into that space. And we want to turn the toes back, just getting the calf a little, perhaps a bit of Achilles tendon as well here. And as you exhale, you just come to the edge. Inhaling, just easing back from the edge. Exhaling, coming. It should be manageable. It shouldn't feel really awful. It should feel interesting. It should feel like there's a stretch. But it shouldn't feel like there's pins and needles or it's aggravating your back in any way. Jaw nice and soft, about 1 centimetre space at your jaw. And then let's just hold it at that edge and breathe through the back of your hamstring. Good. So if you have lower back pain, one of the things that really helps is stretching out the hamstrings, the glutes, and QL. So we're going to do all of that in this next bit. So exhale, release, drop the leg down. Just take a moment, notice both sides. So leg straight to the mat. And then let's bend our knees, bring our feet to the floor. And then take your right ankle onto your left knee. Got the cats again. So right ankle, left knee, yeah. And then you're going to thread the hands through and take that figure 4 pose. So you're holding around the back of your left leg and you're pressing this right leg away. And this is getting a little bit more of the glute and the IT band a little bit potentially. And you're just drawing this towards you and pressing this towards your left shoulder and your towards the wall in front of you. Just feel the breath there. Good few deep breaths. Really activate that stretch. Again, watch your jaw, watch your eyes. We can't watch your eyes, that's what Joe is trying to give me the signal of. But try and keep them nice and soft. Okay, and then exhale, release. And we'll do the other side. So swapping your legs over. And then we again draw that right knee in. We try and drop the head back to the mat, keep it nice and comfortable in shoulders. And now we want to press the left knee away as you draw the right knee towards you. So again, feeling like this ankle is coming to your right shoulder as you press the left knee towards the wall in front. And we've got the breath nice and easy, that in and out breath. Good, so hamstrings, glutes, a little bit of hip mobility so far. So just take another breath there. And then you can rock and roll through your spine if it's okay for your spine and find your seat. Or you can just roll to the one side and find your seat. So from there, that was the cat. Playing it on the cat. Come over and to sit on your bum and have your sitting on your bottom with your legs crossed if it's comfortable. So you might want to take your towel and sit on your towel. So you might need your belt nearby now. So working a little bit into the shoulder girdle now. So just finding that nice comfortable seat through your sit bones. Let's take the arms out, interlock the hands and press the palms of the hands away. From here, draw your arms up and turn that little finger back to the wall behind you as much as you can. Press up through your palms, drop the shoulders a little, breathe here. And then exhale, release, bring your arms out. And then take your right arm out in front and just hold the forearm with your left hand. Drop that right shoulder a bit and you can just draw that arm over. So you should feel this a bit around the outer shoulder, around that space between the shoulder blade and your spine. And you can just drop into that space a little bit with your breath. And if you want to, you can just drop the ear away a little, left ear towards left shoulder, just feeling that stretch, so long as it's not too intense. And exhale, release. Give that shoulder a little roll out. And then draw the other arm over. Again, just holding that forearm, drop the shoulder. And then just feel that stretch again around the back of that shoulder blade, round to the side of your shoulder, your deltoids. And again, you can drop the right ear over a little so you get a little bit more stretch down that left side of your neck. And breathe there. Release. Again, give the shoulders a little roll out. Let's bring the hands behind you. So if you can't touch the hands together and locking the fingers, you can hold your belt or your towel here. So you're going to press the hands up and back to the wall behind you. Try not to let your head drop forwards. Keep the crown of the head lifted up. So we get a lot of forward head posture these days with what we tend to do with our computers. So your arms up. Try and press the chin back a little. Pressing the back of the head away, as if someone was coming perhaps to give you a kiss that you didn't want, and you're just trying to get away from them. So you press the head back. And then exhale, release, roll out the shoulders. And then interlock the hands again. We'll do it again, the other finger in front. Lift. Again, feel that stretch across the front of the shoulders. Try and notice the front ribs as well. Draw your lower ribs. And again, imagine someone's coming at you to give you a kiss, and you're just pressing the head away, getting a nice double chin. And you breathe there. And then exhale, release, roll out your shoulders. Okay, and then from here, we're going to take the head back. So you're going to get the neck a little bit. But if you find the head up, which sometimes we do, you can roll this towel. I'll just demonstrate here. And you can take the towel just around more towards the base of the neck, not the top of the neck. Okay, and then lifting the towel up so it's in your vision. You can just roll the head back a little over the towel as you take the head back. So if it's comfortable, you might not need the towel, you can just take the head back and then come back to center. You can use the towel to help draw the head up. And then we'll do it again. So if you don't need the towel, we're tilting the head up. But if we do need the towel, we draw the towel so it's just towards that peripheral vision. And we tilt the head back over the towel here. So again, this forward head posture, just take a couple of breaths. This is an action that we lose quite a lot, is taking the head back. So exhale, draw your head back and up. And then just release. Roll your shoulders out and come over onto all fours. Actually, no, don't. Stay seated in side body. So from here, take the other leg in front in your cross-legged position just to even out your seat. And bring your hands down beside you. From there, take an inhale, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, drop the hand down behind the head. So press your head back to your hand again, that feeling like you're just pulling away from something in front of you. And then start to come over to this side. So maybe the arm won't bend as much as mine is. Maybe you need to stay a little bit more upright. Just spin that bicep on that lower arm towards your middle finger. Keep pressing the elbow up to the sky. Feel like you're rotating navel and heart space up. And just breathe there through all the intercostal hips and really deep down into the hip. Opening up a little into the quadratus lumborum here, that muscle in the back gets quite tight. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, draw the other hand over, other arm up. Again, press your head to your hand and start to come over onto this side. So again, just feeling that nice opening through the side body, keeping that bicep towards your middle finger. So as we're retracting our shoulder blades here. Heart space spinning up and our belly button spinning up a little. Breathing deep. Keep the jaw soft. And then inhale, find your way back up. From there, bring your right hand to your left knee. Take the other hand behind you. Find an inhale first. Exhale, rotate the shoulders round. And then just draw the shoulders apart like you're spreading the collarbones. And look past your back shoulder. Just take a few breaths there. Notice the breath in your body. Try and keep the jaw soft. And then let's inhale, turn back to center. At the other side. So we use a little bit of traction between the hand and leg. We want to lengthen as you inhale and turn as you exhale. And again, notice if the shoulders tend to collapse forwards. Try and just draw the shoulder blades apart. So we go, the heads of the shoulders apart. The bones are broad. And find your breath again. Good, then inhale, turn back to center. And exhale, just give shoulders a roll. Come over onto all fours now. And then we'll find a cat-cow. So we're going to work those directions. So coming into the all fours position, plantar fascia. So try and get your toes tucked under, big toe and little toe side of the foot. Have your hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And then we'll start to work our front and back spine. So as you inhale, let belly expand, draw your head up, like your collarbones are broadening. Exhale, belly to spine and arch through your back. So you're protracting the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop down through the shoulder blades, draw them together. Exhale, spread the shoulder blades apart as you round your back. So just do this a few times. Really feel the breath through the front and back spine. Inhaling and exhaling with the movement. So we do about 5. So we've done a few. So this next one will make the last one. Just be mindful if you're really sticking your chin out on your inhale. Try and keep the back of the neck soft. Good. And then let's just come back to all fours. Okay. And from here, we're going to work into our wrist flexors a little bit and our wrist extensors. So bring yourself back, your hands back, and turn your fingers back towards your knees. So we get very tight down through the backs of the wrists and through our forearms. So you can stay here. It might be enough just to have the hands back, or you can start to sit your bottom back and try and keep the heels of the hands towards the mat. And just breathe into all of that down the front of your wrists. So we're sitting the bottom back. If you want to bring tops of feet to floor, you can. Sit back onto tops of feet, just see how it feels. And then come forwards, nice and gently release off. And then to take it the other way, the easiest way to do this is to bring your hands to your ribs and then make your chicken shape. So pressing your wrists into the backs of your wrists, into your ribs. Keep shoulders nice and soft. And as you press wrists in, press your elbows back a little. And you'll get that stretch down the back of your wrists. And just breathe there. So hands do so much work, wrists and forearms, you know what we do these days. And then just release it out, give them a little roll out. Okay, so from here, again, we're going to come onto the belly now. Come down to lie on your belly. And we'll work a little bit of back work. Okay, so we've done the side bend, which will work the lateral sides of the body. We've done our cat-cow, and now we're going to work that back line a little bit for strength. So bring your hands back beside you, palms up. Have your feet hip distance apart, and let the tail go long towards your heels. So like you're pressing the pubic bone down to the mat. Okay, from here, roll the heads of the shoulders back, and lift your head just an inch or two off the mat. Okay, from there, inhale, lift the right leg and spread the toes. Feel like you're lifting from the inner thigh, the leg up. Do the same with the left leg. See if you can lift your chest a little higher. And now lift the arms in line with your shoulders. And breathe here. So you should feel all these spinal muscles engaged. The glutes, the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Take a breath across your rib cage. And exhale, release down. Bring your hands under your head. Just take a breath. Just let it settle. And then again, we're going to get into this movement through your spine. So bring your hands under the shoulders or slightly in front. So if it's too much, you can have the hands back doing locust again. I want you to really focus on keeping your pelvis to the mat. We're going to keep the legs on the mat. Feel like you press your tail towards your heels, and then feel like your kneecaps have lifted a little from the floor. Keeping all of this nice and active. On your inhale, you're going to roll your chest, your head up, and find that place where your maximum is. So it might not be as high as where Joe is. We keep that pelvis connected using legs strongly, space across collarbones. And then exhale, roll back down. Again, this is a movement we lose a lot in the life that we lead. So on the inhale again, press up, find that cobra pose. Keep shoulders down, elbows in. Think about the back of the neck being long, eyes soft. Exhale, roll the front spine back down to the mat. We'll do one more. Inhale, rolling up, finding that cobra, shoulders down. And exhale, roll back down. And then just come up to all fours on your inhale. And exhale back to your child's pose. So feet together, knees a bit wider than your hips. And then just drop your bottom back and have your head to the mat or head on your hands. And just breathe there, a couple of breaths. Let the back settle. Let the breath settle. Good. So we're going to get into these hips a bit more now. So come up to all fours. As you exhale, step your right foot up between the hands. Good. And then I want you to just have that back thigh, so it's perpendicular to the mat. So you might need to just step that foot back a little at the front, not the back leg, or step the back leg forwards a little. So you want that knee just underneath your hip. Yeah. And then I want you to come up, bring your hands to your hips. And then you feel here that your hip points are lifted. If this is too strong for the back knee, you can pop that rolled up towel underneath the knee. I want you to lift the front of your hips, drop your tail, and then reach your arms up to the sky. So you should be getting the front of this thigh a stretch. Do you feel that? All right. So tail drops, front hips lift. Yeah, you've got that. And you breathe here. So the quadricep muscle more so is getting a stretch at the moment. Take a few breaths. Then exhale the hands down. And we'll step to the floor. And we'll step that foot forwards just a step. So we want the knee above the ankle. And now we've got that more diagonal stretch for the back leg. So you're going to come up again, bring your hands to your hips. We get a bit more into the hip flexor now. Tail long, reach up through your arms. Find your breath here. Shoulders soft, jaw soft. So we should feel that stretch a bit higher up into this space now. Again, we've got those front hips lifted, tail long, we're sucking inner thighs to each other. We've got the breath working. That front foot really planted on the earth. Then exhale, bring the hands down. And we're going to step back to all fours. So we'll do that little stretch again on the other side. Step the other leg forwards. Again, bring that back knee forward so it's under your hip. Use a towel as you need to. Come up, bring your hands to your hips. Now the key here is lifting those front hips up as you drop the tail down. So you really get that stretch in the quad. And then you reach up. And you breathe back. Again, sucking inner thighs to each other. And feeling the breath. So we hold it for a few breaths to really allow the stretch to activate. And then exhale, hands come down. And we step the front foot forwards enough so we feel the back leg has a diagonal stretch, the knee above the ankle on the front leg. And we come up, we lift the front hips again, tail drops, and we reach the arms up high. And we find the breath again here. Sucking inner thighs to each other, this stretch more into the hip again. Breathing deep. Okay?
Oh,
yeah. Bit uncomfortable. Good. And then exhale, bring the hands down. And let's just take a down dog. So step back to all fours and lift your bottom high. We'll just get those hamstrings again. So press your hands down. Think about the spine staying nice and long, the crown just dropping, so that your head's a heavy coconut at the end of the spine. And you press your thumb and first finger down to the mat, and you suck the triceps into the arm bones. Lift your hips higher up, and then feel the sit bones turn down a little to the heels, and descend the heels to the mat. If you need to stay with bent knees, it's fine. And just feel the breath. Take a breath around the ring of your diaphragm, all around this space, front, sides, and back of your torso. Good. Then from here, let's look forwards, bend the knees a bit, and walk up to the front of the mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Hands to your lower legs. Take an inhale, reach the heart space forwards. And exhale, fold down to the forward bend and just hold your elbows. So just dangle here, but feel that you're connecting into the breath. So again, this inhale, breathing around the ring of your diaphragm. The exhale, drawing belly to spine. So just around the lower ribs, we really try and breathe into all that space. As you exhale and the belly hollows back, you might notice inner groins feel a bit more hollow. And you can possibly drop a bit more into the forward bend. Then let the arms hang and roll your way up through your spine. So head's going to be the last thing to come up, rolling up, and then roll out your shoulders. Good. And then step wide on the mat. Last couple of stretches. So feet are in line, heels in line, and you're going to take the toes slightly in from your heels here for this one. Hands to hips. If you need to bend the knees because you're tight in the hamstrings, do. You inhale, reach through the heart space, and exhale, fold to the forward bend, bringing hands to the floor or keeping hands on hips if you need to. Hands can come onto blocks if you need as well. So now we're going to get a little bit more into these inseams of your legs and the outer seams of the legs. So you just breathe here. Feel that you're really dropping down through these outside edges of your feet. The insteps of your feet lift a little. The big toe mound, the inner heels really connected. And if you're more flexible, you can bring the weight more equal in your feet. Then let's inhale, reach our heart space up. And then we're going to bend, bring our right toes out to 45 degrees, so they turn out now. I want you to think about length from your heart space to your tail and bend your right knee. Keep pressing your inner groins back as you bend that right knee and feel that stretch down the inner thigh on the straight leg. Perhaps a little bit on that inner leg as well. Take a breath or two, that bent leg. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, bend the left knee, left toes point out about 45 degrees. Keep the groins pressing back, keep the heart space pressing forwards, and breathe into the inner seams of your leg again. Feel your breath. Inhale back to center, and we'll do one more on each side. Bend the other leg. Keep pressing those inner groins back as the heart space moves forwards. Feeling again the inner seams of your legs. If you want to go deeper, you can of course drop the bottom down, lift the toes up from the mat on this side. So you can come more into this stretch if you want to. Okay, and then we come back to center and over to the other side. Again, working within your limits. And then inhale back to center. And turn the toes forwards one more time, heels a bit wider. Hands to your legs, inhale, reach the heart space forwards, and exhale, fold to the forward bend. Again, just imagine the head like a heavy coconut, just let it hang off the spine. Try not to keep the chin pressing forwards. Breathe deep. And then inhale, reach forwards through your front body. Exhale, hands to hips, bend the knees a bit, press through the feet, come up. And step up to the front of the mat. Just bring your feet hip distance apart. And we're going to do one half sun salutation. And we come onto our back. I just want to get your IT band before we finish. And then we'll be done. So inhale, reach up through both arms, feel the parallel lines. Exhale, fold from your hips, bend your knees as you need to. Inhale, reach your heart space forwards. Exhale, step your right leg back, find a runner's lunge position, knee off the mat. Take an inhale there, and exhale back to down dog. Find your breath at down dog, press your hands equally, lift your hips high. Descend your heels a little. And then come down to all fours. And come onto your back. And we'll just finish off just with that hamstring stretch again, but taking it into more of an IT band stretch. So take your left leg flat to the floor if it's comfortable. Pull the right knee in towards you. And we'll take the belt around that right foot. If it's not comfortable for your back, you can have the left knee bent. Okay, and you're going to press that leg up and just explore if you've created a bit more length around the back of the hamstring. Looks a bit better. So you're going to keep pressing that right hip away as you extend the right leg up. So tendency is this outer right hip starts to shrink back into your waist. So think about really still staying long through that outer right hip as you press the inseam of the leg up. Then hold the belt with your left hand And then take your right thumb into that hip crease and press that hip away quite actively. And then draw that foot over towards the left side a little. And there we go. You'll find that coronus longus, your IT band, and your TFL all down that outer side. Oh, face. And just breathe that. Good. And then let's bring it back up to center and hug the knee in. And just release your back a bit here. Bring your foot to your leg again, like we did at the start. And just pull that knee over and keep the other leg out, other arm out to the side. And just breathe through that whole side body here. And bring it back to center. And we'll work the other side. So drawing the left leg in. We're going to take the bow around that foot. We extend that leg up and notice if these sides are different. Really extend through the inner groin. Keep that left outer hip moving away a little from the outer waist. Feel the inseam extending up. And breathe there. Good. And then let's just explore the IT band on this side. So belt into your right hand. Press your left hip away with your left thumb. And let that leg float over a few inches. And breathe off the face. Again, that outer seam of your leg can get really very tight. It's difficult to get the IT band. Difficult to get coronus longus. This is quite a good way to get it. And then draw back up on the inhale. And exhale and release. Just hug your knees in. And rock a bit across your back. And then we'll just finish off with that happy baby. So you're going to bring your knees wider than your chest. Bring your feet above your knees, ankles above your knees. And you can hold the backs of the legs, or you can hold the lower legs. And from there, try and turn your sit bones back to the mat as you pull down on your legs a little. So if that's not working for you, you can have your feet together and press the knees away in that position, if that's better. So just see what works better for you. Slightly different, but it doesn't matter. You're still going to get those inner groins a little bit. And try and really breathe into the back of your kidneys here, like lower ribs. And then exhale, release. Draw your knees together. Rock a bit across your back. Just ease out. And then come to lie in a star shape on the floor. And just release. And take a few deep breaths there. Let your bones just go heavy. Let your breath just settle down. So that's a sequence really from head to toe. Gets lots of little nooks and crannies in the body. If you did that every day, it would be amazing. If you could do it a few times a week, it would really help. There's lots of things that we've done over the last few weeks you can find on the channel that Joe's put under stretching, I believe. And maybe in the winter we'll come back and do some more. Otherwise, I have got classes going every day, but they are more yoga-based, not so much stretching-based. Good. Well done.
Okay, so thanks very much to Karen. I wasn't really listening to what you were just saying.
That's all right. I was just wrapping
but Karen Bennett Yoga at gmail.com.
KarenBennettYoga@gmail.com is my email address.
Yeah, if you'd like to get in touch, if you'd like to join with any of Karen's ongoing Zoom classes, then you can do. But thanks to everybody who's been joining us for these stretching sessions. Hello, Jeff. Thanks for getting everybody involved there. Hello, Hamish. That's nice. Yeah, excellent stuff. Hello, Dawson. You're just having a chat between yourselves, I can see it. Hello, Swaney. Okay, Swaney was stuck.
He was stuck?
Yeah, he was stuck, but he's all right now and he's more bendy now.
Oh, good. All right. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a...
Okay, yes. So I think it answered to the most important question here. Can you have a beer now? Yes. But Dawson, I think you need to check with somebody, and Hamish, you as well, you guys, 13 and 14, you probably should ask a parent before you steal your dad's beer. That's important. Don't steal your dad's beer. Get your own. But thanks very much. So, yeah. All right. So cheerio, and thanks very much. And time for a drink. Lovely job.